5 days and counting, the midterm elections in focus, and the results could have major economic implications. Joining me right now is the former CEO of Microsoft, Steve Ballmer. He is the co-founder of Ballmer Group and USA Facts chairman, Steve Ballmer. Great to see you, Steve.
Good to be here,
Thanks so much for joining us this morning. So you created USA Facts to help voters get informed, and it's basically the facts on economic issues of our time. Tell us what the big important issues are surrounding this midterm election.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is strictly look through numbers. Immigration pops on our site. Healthcare pops on our site. Important. Jobs, of course, as well as income and wages. And there's very interesting numbers that help frame the issue. One of the things people miss is both sides have religion. I believe X. I believe Y. And the truth of the matter is, most things do reduce to numbers. How many undocumented immigrants are there in the country? What are we doing to stop that today? What's that going to look like in the future? Both sides can look at that issue differently, but it's certainly a key one in the election today.
And USA Facts really helps people get that data to fill in the holes or understand better the actual facts and the actual issues. So we let in 1 million immigrants, or we let in a million foreigners to this country every year, but there's still outrage when people look at these caravans of people trying to get in the front of the line and get here illegally. So facts on immigration.
Okay, a few things.
Yeah.
About half of our population growth comes now from immigration. If you put births and deaths of people who live here and then compare that to immigration, so immigration is an important part of the growth in our population. That's number one. The undocumented immigrant population over the last 15 years has gone from about 10.5 million people to 12 million people, but wow. The number of border guards has increased substantially from about 4,000 to 19,000, if I have it clear in my head. But the number of people we apprehend at the border down from 1.7 million to 300,000. What's going on? More border guards, fewer apprehensions, some growth in the number of undocumenteds. How do people see that? How do they think about it? Some of the other immigration issues are about legal immigration.
Yes.
And you put that all together. We're in a time, I was listening to your show earlier, 7 million open jobs, and we have at least 3 or 4 million people in the U.S. Who are working on an undocumented basis. If all those people left the country, creates even more unfilled jobs.
See, I think this is one of the reasons that technology executives in particular are very focused on immigration, and they call up the president and say, look, we need people, we need engineers, we need skilled people to work with the jobs that we can offer. Is that right? Because technology CEOs are more interested in this subject than others, I think.
Yes, that's true. I certainly was.
When it comes to business executives.
Yeah, I certainly was. That was very important for the supply of talent into Microsoft. The thing that's interesting is the so-called high-tech workforce that is coming into the country. That is tens of thousands. The number of people who are coming in legally is millions. So when you think about that issue, when I worked at Microsoft, there's high-skill immigration. Right. But the truth of the matter is that does need to be looked at in an integrated way. I love the idea that the smartest people in the world want to come live and work in this country, right. But we have to look at this immigration issue in total.
You make a lot of good points, Steve.